How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Mashle, Magic, and Muscles episode review. Today's episode is episode 18 of season 2, and I had to look this title up. It is called Mash Burnedead, and you lose your life. Before any further, please don't lose yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell right there to be notified of more reviews just like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. So, yeah, I want to talk about this title real quick because you had to wait 2 weeks. We didn't get a Mashle episode last week. And at the end of the episode, they usually tell you the title. Didn't tell us the title for this one. Title didn't even come up for that one. Also, for some reason, on a certain site, the dubs are only in Italian and Dutch, so I had to find another way of watching this. Yeah, if you guys are gonna make us pay for stuff, you definitely need to up your game. That's all I'm gonna say. So, I'm pretty sure this title was not used because it said, you lose your life. So I'm going to assume that maybe they thought, people might be dumb enough, or certain parents might be dumb enough to go, oh, if my kid looks at this, they're gonna die. Let's just not show them the title since we're taking a break anyway. And, a little bit extra work for me, which really wasn't too much work at all, but I just found that interesting. We do see the end of the crystal game in this one. Margaret Macaron beats two red coat guys. It's a 2-on-1 situation. He talks about how his scale of measuring power, their scale of measuring power, which is inside of Macaron's crazy head, which, is very much confirmed that Macaron is a they, them, there, because that's how it was. That's how it was translated. That's literally how people speak about Macaron, period. So, I reiterate, I like to call Macaron Mac. So I'm just going to say Mac. Marmac. That's another good name too. But Mac here talks about measuring power on the do re mi fa sol la ti do scale, where he says both of those characters that Mac is fighting are on the array. He says this after beating them. This is going to be harder to do than I thought. Regardless of such, Mac also mentions that they are T. So T is second highest as you get higher in the scale. Which, by the by, I didn't know it was Sol La Ti Do. I thought it was Soul, S-O La Ti Do. Possibly that is a mistranslation. Who knows? But I thought it was Soul and not Soul. Only thing I'm gonna say about this battle, besides it, Mac using rudimentary level magic to level these two dudes, which one of them I thought was a lady at first, because of the ponytail. Dude has an Ariana Grande ponytail. So maybe Ariana Grande has magic. One of the guys does wolf magic, like literally just summons a giant wolf. Another guy has rocks around him, or they make a wall. And it's wolf rock wall. So it's 3 wolf heads. And dude, let my magical ability be to summon wolves or do something with wolves. That is crazy inventive. And I feel like this guy's power is too cool for how lame he was. Also, Mac grabs the crystal and just crushes it like that. Just, I guess like it was a peanut. So that game ended. I'm trying to figure out who is left, because there's Mac, Mash, Finn, Lance, Dot, and the red group was lost. There has to be somebody else left, and I think it might be an individual who has no chin. A character that literally has no chin and looks like a blob of a human being. Weird. This episode's kind of weird because a lot of it's spent hyping up Macaron and explaining how Mash is gonna have a hard time fighting Mac, which I guess it would be weird if this episode was like any other episode of Mashle where think of Silva. We see Silva and we get a little get like half episode here, another half here, essentially 2 parts to be like, all right, this dude's strong and he's actually 3 episodes when I think about that arc. The end, the Dot getting hurt, then Dot standing up and then Mash standing up and beating his ass. But a lot of the people who Mash fights, we don't get an example how strong they are off the bat. We did get one with Abel or Abel. I don't know how they decide. They changed how they say. Don't know how they want to say it, but Abel. We get an example that way Abel. Who is someone else that he fought? Rain just kind of appeared, and when we found out who Rain was, it's like, okay, that explains why Rain is so strong. But Margaret Macaron has had one of the best introductions. Standing one-on-one with Rain Ames, the divine visionary who's seen also as a prodigy, and apparently the only person who could give Rain a hard time is Margaret Macaron. And it's the Margaret hype train, right? Going, well, they were so young, they only used a secondeth spell to level several characters, several people during a test. The only reason why, one of the big reasons why Rain got in is because Rain didn't have to compete against them. Didn't have to compete against Macaron because Macaron doesn't care about Divine Visionary, much like the Carpaccio guy with the cool stand / what do they call those in Shaman King? Oversoul. With the cool Oversoul stand thing, the Nerf statue lady. So it seems like everyone that was / is strong and cool is now gone. We smack them. They're out of here. Unless, if or when Mash beats Macaron, unless Mash has to fight Lance. But tons of hype built around Macaron. Just reiterating, restating. As a matter of fact, Faldo, the Divine Visionary that we did meet, Mash also said he bullied him. Kind of like 10 drills hair with ribbons going on him. Guy has Brock eyes. They're closed, but they're open. That character talks about how great Macaron is. Doesn't understand why Mash. So many people think Mash is so special. Even talks about Wahlberg. Like, he was surprised when he explained to Wahlberg how much trouble Mash is gonna have. Wahlberg goes, indeed. And he's like, man, that's not what I expected you to say. You have a lot of faith in him. And he remarks on how Mattel has tons of faith in Macaron because Mattel did not interfere in between rounds. Mattel must know that Macaron is going to win. We even see Mattel kind of meet up with Macaron towards the end, towards the little resting area after Macaron literally 2-finger smacks a guy into the wall. The jerk with the silver rings trying to go, yeah, that guy doesn't have magic, beat him up and don't ruin my fun. Both of you, speaking to fake Harry Potter coming through the door. But yeah, tons of hyping up Macaron. Tons of it. So much, in fact, I hope next episode is a full episode of that fight and is not, don't end it. Full episode of the fight. Finish the fight the following episode. You've hyped this guy up. You've hyped this character up so much. Just like Abel, which Abel's pretty cool, but Mash did lay the smack down. I think the Mash versus Abyss Walker fight was a little bit more intense. Besides the fact, that Abel has Lemon under his control, but I'm hoping that I get another, because the beginning of this fight towards the end of this episode was really good. I'll get to that in a second. We do get Faldo testing Mash, they call it the no look game, for the title. I've only seen this game in Mario Party, and I think it was Mario Party 2 and 3, where the heads bobble, then person at top looks. If you're looking the same way they're looking, you lose. You might have seen this before. I've seen it on videos where it's person points one direction. If you're looking that direction, you lose or you get smacked, or it's some extra unnecessary part, but you're supposed to lose. Look up, down. In here, we do see Faldo doing two fingers, doing something like this, right? So where it's like, yeah, you can't look any of these directions. You can only look one direction, is down. Or the first one where he looks up, you can't help but look down, or you can't look left or right. Really inventive ways of showing Mash. And this is what this is probably the highlight of the episode for me, besides the Izuna Drop. I'll get to in a second. This was a highlight for me because I always like seeing creative ways of challenging your protagonist. I've said this before in my review, second season of Mashle. I didn't know how he was going to figure that out. I didn't know, because just think about it. He could possibly punch the ground and then lift the circle up around him so that he can just look and still be in the circle, which he didn't do. As a matter of fact, the other modification of this circle game is Faldo's going to count to 3. So it's look 1, 2, 3, and the initial one, Faldo's has these energy blades popping up, which Mash is dodging and still able to look in a way that he can look. Then the second one, his blades are coming in from both sides, which Mash barehanded blocks it. To which our guy Faldo says that's very quaint, and pulls out the sword that he has, which is a black sword that is enchanted with black flames that never go out and will burn whatever it burns. It's going to be burned out completely. So now Mash has to deal with staying in a circle, a very small circle, and not looking in the direction, and has to dodge. So if he touches it, he's going to burn. That was really good. I enjoyed that so much. And we get a nice little confirmation from both characters, from both Faldo and Mash, when Mash he stomped both feet into the ground, kicked up, so where he's still standing in the circle, but he's able to dodge. But an owl comes in and steals his cream puff, and he looks in the direction of the owl. He's like, I look, so I lose. And Faldo's like, we'll call it a draw. Because if Mash would have won all 3 games, he wouldn't have to keep doing the exam, no questions asked, because Faldo is the one who passed judgment on those to become visionaries. He's the one who checks your magic rating and your power and all that. He is, if I am correct, I'm get ring with the right peg told him to be careful. Yeah, Mash's right peg told him to be careful. That was very funny. Talk to me here. Where is this guy? Because I know everyone calls him Mash Mushroom Head of Magic Talent Administration. That's the guy. He carefully administrates every candidate. So that was the deal. And it was a bit funny because Mash is just like, bring it on. We get the honk. Where Anya has the gong, he has the honk, like a goose honk. When the black sword came out, he's like, I don't want to do this no more. It's such a flat tone. It's adorable. But we get confirmation from Mash that Faldo was holding back. He said, I probably wouldn't have been able to dodge the last one if he didn't hesitate. And on top of that, he wasn't using magic. And then I'm going, if he wasn't using magic, what was the purple blades, the pink blades coming up and pink blades coming from the side? How the hell did he do that? And then you have on Faldo's side, he says that guy was going to take the blade to the head. Like, he was going to determine to look down. He was going to take the blade to the head. Like, does becoming a divine visionary matter that much to you? Like, it won't mean anything if you die, right? Like, so why are you risking your life on it? And Finn says it perfectly. Like, when Mash is about to face Macaron, he's like, do it for your future and the future of your grandfather. A lot is riding on him and his dad staying alive, which I thought Faldo was present for that. It's a little bit, it's the entire icing on the cake is Mash, changing the worldview. Yes, but a lot of it so him and his pops can live peacefully. I will interject here and say the scene that led up to Faldo being in that waiting area, which was funny, was the characters were being weird. Mash was talking to no one. Like, no one asked him, why does he work out? You got Finn with the fro playing the violin, not Finn, Dot playing the violin, Finn going, no one asked you though. And then Lemon starts talking to the wall about why she's in love. And then Dot's being crazy, talking about, will you date me instead? And Finn's like, this is insane. The classic straight man. Where am I at here? Let's go, girl, Lemon. Next phase is one-on-one. And I like how they was presented like a fighting game when they explained it. Either your opponent is knocked out or they give up. That's how it works. And Macaron is just doing this to get their spring immersion. There has to be some type of lewd connotation with that, or weird connotation with it, or artsy connotation with it. But I've chuckled at it every time. It's weird and it's funny. Make sure. The next part got really quiet too, right before they took the break for the one-on-ones, because Mash and Dot were doing dance and doing a mock. You know how they do at the end of racing competitions, how they interview a person. Mash was doing his interview. Mash was funny in this. His funny was good. It didn't take away from anything, but his funny was really, really good. It never really takes away from anything, now that I think about it. But the battle starting now, where Macaron's power is such an overload of mana that Macaron's magic was making Finn feel sick. Macaron does a rudimentary level Nalcos spell, which when Mash tries to hit it like a volleyball, he said it feels heavy like a bowling ball. Now, Finn might have some superhuman eyes, because it looked like Mash hit the wall, but instead got behind Macaron, jumped in there, did spine magic. What's it called? Hell drop? I wrote down here, Hell Fall, which was essentially an Izuna Drop. I like Izuna Drops. They're one of the coolest ninja moves ever. Who else has an Izuna Drop? Guy from the not the Metro City games, a guy from the Final Fight games. I actually think his name is Guy. Yeah, but and Rock Lee and Guy from Naruto, the Lotus is an Izuna Drop. Izuna Drops are cool. Don't care who you are, they're cool. Macaron survives that, so that's how that tussle began. And what's even funnier is that Mash and Dot both know how strong Macaron is, not because of the display of magical energy that happened after this moment. Macaron goes about talking about show me my spring or whatever. Mash goes, that's quite absurd. Hey, I need to eat, which Mash even drank his protein shake earlier, but he's gonna eat a cream puff. Macaron's like, I'll eat two. Brings out a shrimp tempura with tartar sauce. Dip, and just keeps dipping it. Mash goes, you didn't dip it so much, you're not going to taste what the fried shrimp tastes like. He's like, Macaron said, what are you talking about? The fried shrimp is used to make the tartar sauce taste better. And that is so gross. And Mash goes, those are the eyes of a madman. Because of how gross that is. And Dot goes, oh, yeah, this guy's super strong, because I know from experience that depending on how crazy a person is, he thinks of Mash. Then who's the next crazy person? I want to think he thought of wasn't Lance, and then was Mash. It was Cute Love, and it might have been our guy Abel, but he's like the crazier. And no, it wasn't Abel. Silva. I just mentioned Silva. Silva. So Mash, then Silva, then Love Cute or Love Pink or whatever. Cute Love. He goes, the crazier a person is, the stronger they are. This individual here is super strong because they are insane. I've never heard anyone say that about tartar sauce, and that is gross. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this battle ends, since, you know, Ray Ames couldn't take out Homeboy super easily, although that whole wand thing was pretty fun to see. But I don't know how that's gonna work. Uses tempura. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Another thing to note, just a small thing to note, it is incredible that Mash has 7 coins. He's collected the most out of any competitor. Then right behind him is Margaret Macaron with the 5 coins. I'm telling you, Marmac. This should be a good battle. I don't need it to end. Please let the entire episode be that one battle, because who's going to fight next? It's gonna be Finn versus Lance, Finn versus Dot versus Lance, more than likely. Finn might fight whatever extra, because again, Finn, Lance, Dot, Mash, Margaret, yeah, whatever weird 6 persons left, Finn might fight him. And I'm gonna assume that, wait, there's 6 of these people. They all fight each other, and there's only 3 left. I don't know how they're going to figure that out. Whatever. That's. I'll watch and figure that part out. But this was fun. This was a good episode. I already mentioned the whole thing about Maddle not interfering. Next episode is going to be called Mash, Burnedead, and the Magical Maestro. That's not a title that's racy. That's going to make kids think the wrong thing. So, all in all, I gotta get this episode 5 out of 5. That Izuna Drop put it over the edge. Again, Izuna Drop, not Frontal Lotus, which also is an Izuna Drop, but Izuna Drop. Fun episode. Funny parts with Mash just being flat with everything he says. I think, what did the show come out last year? I want to say the show came out last year, and in my opinion, MASH was one of the top ones of 2023, so it's continuing its streak. But all in all, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I thank you for sticking around. Just 5 out of 5 from me. Fun episode. The Izuna Drop took it right over the edge. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of more reviews just like this one. If you want to support me even further, the Patreon link is in the description below. Please be good, be blessed, be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk, all right? Make sure you're staying safe out there. And you know what? There are people out there that care about you. So if you're ever feeling down and you feel like you're alone, make sure you reach out to those that care about you. Remember, there are people who would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. All right? My social media is in the description below. Give me a follow. Send me a message. As long as you're not a jerk about it, I'm going to say hi back. All right? So, until next time, hopefully we won't get another 2-week break. But if we do, it'll be fine, because, we're going to muscle on in through the week. I'll see you guys next time.